One of the tropes I like the most in 20th century science fiction movies is the vague uneasiness that something's wrong before you can put your finger on it. Probably the most famous example that we've talked about previously is Tarkovsky's Stalker, a movie that has that in droves.
Послушайте, если вы вдруг что-то заметите или даже только почувствуете что-то особое, немедленно возвращайтесь. Иначе... Только не кидайте мне железки в затылок.
Tonight's movie, The Quiet Earth, does too. The Quiet Earth was directed by New Zealand director Geoff Murphy and stars Bruno Lawrence as Zach Hobbs. Zach Hobbs awakens in a world that has been completely emptied of people and is left to roam the earth hoping to find another person.
Hello?
The only other people he encounters are a woman named Joanne and a Maori man named Api. One of the boldest things about The Quiet Earth, in my opinion, is that it goes on for over 30 minutes, 1/3 of the length of the movie, without Zach finding another person to interact with. This leaves us feeling like we really know Zach, who is prone to both mania and depression, and we can infer probably not the most social person before he begins to interact with anyone else.
I have dedicated all my scientific knowledge and skill to projects which I knew could be put to evil purposes. For the common good, they said.
Another thing that I found interesting about The Quiet Earth is that the Cold War era project that Zach's involved with as a scientist gives us an outside perspective on the US-Russian conflict.
Nobody realized what was happening. We trusted them. They were on our side.
Ha! You can't be that dumb. They might as well tell the Russians as tell you, jokers. Besides, they don't tell you, you don't tell us. You're all the same to me.
Well, I've told you now.
The movie The Quiet Earth is based on both the 1981 lesser-known novel of the same name and the 1959 Harry Belafonte movie, The World, the Flesh, and the Devil. Like a lot of science fiction of the 20th century, Geoff Murphy uses this movie as a meditation on science, technology, and spirituality.
Where are you?
Where is he?
If you don't come out, I'll shoot the kid.
Like Jeff Goldblum says in Jurassic Park,
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Zach Hobbs represents the scientific, the thoughtless drive towards technological advancement, while the Maori character Api represents the spiritual. In more recent times, we've been treated to more Maori characters. New Zealand actor Cliff Curtis in Fear the Walking Dead is a good example of another Maori character in A Band of Survivors at the End of the World.
Excuse me?
You're Maori, aren't you?
Yeah, not many people guess.
I'm an amateur anthropologist. I'm amateur a lot of shit. But I've been a student of your culture since I was young.
I like that, much like George A. Romero in Dawn of the Dead,
there's no more room in hell.
What?
Something my granddaddy used to tell us. You know Macumba? Voodoo. Granddad was a priest in Trinidad. Used to tell us, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Geoff Murphy uses Api as a way to grapple with ideas about cultural clash at the end of the world.
Listen, Honky, haven't you noticed? Things have changed around here. The white boss went with the rest of them. There's just you and me now.
Look, it's complicated enough for people like me without trying to explain to people like you.
People like what?
Will you listen to that?
Anyway, before I introduce the panel, let me say, please like this video and subscribe to the Movie Night Extravaganza YouTube channel. Also, we are now monetized, so if you have any pressing questions during this live show, send us a super chat. We are absolutely obligated by international law, human rights law, to answer it. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/movie night extra. All of our after parties are available on there forever. Okay, let me introduce the panel. Jan World, illustrator, book cover artist, comic designer, and artist for Give Them an Argument, co-host of Movie Night Extravaganza and Bad Takes. Conan Neutron, host of Protonic Reversal and the frontman for Conan Neutron and the Secret Friends. Conan Neutron and the Secret Friends is done touring until December 30th, but you can find all their music at neutronfriends.bandcamp.com. Christina Oakes, when she's not dog sitting, you can find her streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/cosmopolitics. You can find her on Twitter and Instagram at @cosmopolitics. Throw her some subs on Twitch. Adam Kozak is an electronic recording artist who makes music often inspired by old movies under the name Burial Grid. His album Music for No Tomorrow is available now on Bandcamp. I, of course, am your long-suffering host, Forrest Miller. Without further ado, let's get started.
The role of Adam will be played by Piano Fun tonight.
When I said long-suffering host, I didn't expect it to like end up being literal and just me sitting here with Lyme disease. Hey, that's music at the end of tomorrow.
Exactly. Anyway, yeah. So that's my joking way of saying that Adam, of course, is not going to be on this episode. But yeah, Quiet Earth, man. This is all vibes, and I'm here for it. This is
it's similar to Stalker in that way, right? Like it's a very vibes based movie, and it's a very like
but shorter.
But it's a very like environmentally based movie, like not in the sense of like the climate, but in the sense of the space it embodies is a lot.
Definitely. And I think that this is one, of course, I brought in for the month, and I found it through one of the Criterion challenges, maybe, or like one of those lists off of Letterboxd that was just like, here's the crazy blah 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 stuff that I love, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll check that out. And I was blown away. And what I realized, I had seen it before, but as a kid, and only the last 10 minutes, which is a hilarious way to watch this movie.
Yeah. Apparently it's one of it makes the list of Neil deGrasse Tyson's. He goes actually on pretty much every science fiction movie, but this is one of the ones that makes the list that he approves of. Yeah.
he is big on actually energy, and I say that as a fan, including a fan of his reboot of Cosmos, which I think is actually essential. But he's just absolutely intolerable at least 80% of the time.
We got to find a way to get him on so we can break us.
Yeah, come on the show.
he can break us of the pedantic back and forth because he's massive. He
was going to come on, but some rock and roller in a shiny jacket was talking trash about him, so now he's not going to come on anymore. But yeah, exactly.
All of the rockers in the universe, there's billions of galaxies, and yet the one guy talking shit is on your podcast, and I'm not coming on.
But I mean, this is it takes a huge jump. So, spoiler alert for a movie that's like, what the hell is? I mean, it's like older than most of the panel. I know that
82.
Yeah, it's like whatever. I was alive, but I was not.
You were just a baby.
Yeah, I think it came to the States as like a theatrical release in '85, if I'm not mistaken.
Crazy. Okay, so, but it's the poster kind of gives it away. Right, because like if you're looking at have you all seen the poster for this?
Yeah, it's the Saturn Rising, right? Like
it's the end of the movie and like unless you just are someone that's like, oh, whatever, that looks interesting, and you don't think too much about what's on the poster, it kind of gives it away. That it's like, hey,
it's like if Planet of the Apes put the Statue of Liberty on the poster.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like because it's got to be one of the craziest turnaround endings, especially for a movie that just trades in isolation. As you mentioned, like for so long early on with it, you get to see him. And the only other movie I've seen do that really well is the very, I guess we're not done talking about I Am Legend here. The various iterations I Am Legend, Mega Man, Last Man on Earth, and the titular I Am Legend that should not deserve that title. And then the beginning of 28 Days Later. where it just really gets across like the loneliness and isolation of there being like, oh crap, there's no one around.
Yeah, that first act of I Am Legend, the Will Smith movie, is actually really good, and then the movie just like completely tanks.
My hopes were so high, and I just could not have been more furious by the end of it. But you know,
I like that the poster is the end of the movie, but then the one that the New Zealand Film Commission is trying to advertise with is him in the wedding dress covered in blood. And
Which is
that's a very different movie. I feel like.
What is this movie about? Yeah, what is this film about? Like, is he killing
Male
people?
Carey or something like?
Neither one is good representation, I feel. But
I also like the fact that the ending is like, oh, we just left it to the audience to make assumptions.
Yes, absolutely. Like where you're saying, whoa, because then you're like in the credits roll and you're like, whoa, that's it? Like what? What?
It's like
I have so many
it's like that
questions.
lingering feeling that you're like something you just don't feel like it's finished.
Yeah, it's like that the second Zakiochi film, which I watched this week, which basically ends with him killing one of the bad guys in the film, and just like he cuts the guy, cuts to the credits. That's it. There's no like epilogue or anything. Like I guess I'll have to watch part 3.
It's also pretty funny
like
that. No, go ahead, Christina.
It's like you think, okay, something's gonna happen, and then the movie just ends.
It's a freaking bold move, man. It's a bold
my
move.
thing watching it is like he has his heroic moment and he just starts driving his truck. I just thought about this today. Like I didn't think about this the first time I was watching it, but he's driving his truck and it's like his big heroic moment. And then it turns out that because he fucking exploded it, like everyone else dies and he just is like back. It's all like pretty much like he died in a video game and he's back at fucking like the next level or whatever.
Right.
And it's got to be such a like fuck. I literally just killed my friends, didn't I? Like,
my bad, y'all.
Also, if you guys see me like getting all excited and stuff like that, it's because I'm looking at the results.
I mean, I think it's of interest to the show. It's not going to be.
We're in the leaning blue territory.
Let's go, Raphael Warlock.
Let's go, Warlock. Let's go.
Work that magic, you Warlock.
It's Warlock, whatever. Warlock, whatever. As long as he wins, he can call himself whatever he wants.
50%.
I mean, so we're not gonna do this till later in the show, but I'm stuck right now. I mean, not stuck, but like the Google Drive window's open with all of your AI things just staring at me right now.
Oh man. Do you want to introduce that bit for the people that maybe are watching this later that is not?
Yeah, and we could also do it like every little bit. I could introduce one because there's 50.
Sure. I mean, however you want it. I mean, like this is much like the AI itself. This is a brave new world.
Ones.
All right. So
I think start with the shittiest ones, and then like assuming that they're shitty.
I'm probably just gonna go in order because they're in an order. But they're in the order of like there's.
Well done.
So I think by now everybody knows that Lenza, everyone's seen the AI art, right? Everyone's doing their profile pictures with the AI art, and like you put it into that app and you send them a bunch of your pictures, and it comes up with like some crazy designs.
Pay him some
not
money.
so good for the future of artists, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's leeching off of copyrighted.
I was gonna say Andy works the same way, but you get a bunch of unsolicited opinions about movies you didn't know existed.
The fun thing is that the AI just doesn't say shit about anything.
Yeah.
So yesterday it was Conan's birthday. Happy birthday, Conan.
Thank
you. Christina and I did our own ones of these, and I noticed that you were like, "Well, I'm the only one that doesn't have it."
Christina looks amazing. I mean, Christina always looks amazing, but honestly, like one of the best. You and Sam from Man or Astro Man had the Jesus Christ, oh my god, like. The best result by far, I don't
know the shirtless one of Jason.
That one is pretty great. He looks really hulked out, and that's awesome. That's awesome in a different way.
A lot of mine was like they just took a few chromosomes out, so like I'm just a little bit. They were like making the genetic code, and it didn't quite go right. Like
you're like that.
Meanwhile, Conan's are pretty. I've seen a few.
Okay, all right. Well, no.
This is my favorite one, but it just happened to be the one that was first. It's not,
okay. Lay it on me. Let's see.
Yeah.
Whoa! That's awesome. Is that like a predator gun? Do I have a predator gun now?
There's different themes, right? This theme is cyborg.
Holy shit, that's awesome. I love it.
Wow.
I look like I'm from a William Gibson novel. That's amazing.
I feel like it looks like they're remaking Terminator again, and they're like I guess it's Conan's turn. I don't know. Everyone's had his.
It's a surprise casting choice, and certainly nobody expected it. Mostly because most people didn't know who he was. that is wow. Those glasses or something else. I've got they're like shooter glasses. That's interesting. Okay.
So there's 50 of these. Wow. I can do like 50, one or two. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Don't
So this is from another. All right.
Do only the best or only the worst or anything relevant to the movie.
This one's just weird. This one's kind of cool, but it's weird. This is some of them always don't turn out like I don't know.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
No, I'm into it. That looks like
picture?
Yeah, man. Whoa, that looks trippy.
Yeah.
That's total album art.
And send that to me. Send me a version of that. I want to.
There's 5 that are album art. There's 5 that are Cyborg, and then we'll look at what the other ones are. But there's Rockstar and Cyborg are the first 2 that we've looked at, and each one is 5, and then there's 10 categories or whatever.
And I know which one that is. That's the one where I'm looking through the eye of the EGC, which is pretty hard to top because that's an optical illusion in and of itself. But that's great.
A couple of them come out really trippy, but I mean, for the most part, they come out really good. And then there's one that looks like a different guy. there's like a one where you're like a spaceman and it just looks like not you. Like it looks like an actor, and I can't.
It's like a dude. The part of Conan Neutron is played by
no, it's
like who's oh god, what's his name? Fuck, he's in Day Shift. I just saw it. I was gonna.
This is Lenza, by the way.
Lenza AI.
Yeah.
You find it in your app store.
It's this is not going to be really funny by the time I remember the guy's name. Dave Franco. I was like, the part of Conan Neutron going to be played by Dave Franco.
I have an update.
Who is James Franco's brother, of course. Yeah, go ahead. What's the update? See, that's why it's funny. Yeah, because what's Dave Franco look like? I know, kind of like James Franco, but a little different.
Yeah.
You would be correct if you said that. Anyway, go ahead.
Has a 77% chance of winning.
Fantastic. That's from what? The Times?
Yes. You're putting me out of
So this is what I want to start with. This is this is from this documentary, and the documentary is called Numero Bruno. I liked this documentary. I was watching it.
That's a fantastic documentary title for the
yeah.
It's really good.
And so this is about the life of the guy that stars in the movie, and he was a rock star. He was one of the first. He directed and acted in the first monster movie that they ever made in New Zealand, which has the guy Ian. Ian? I don't know if it's Wilson.
The guy from
the guy that plays the uncle in Brain Dead.
Yeah, Dead Alive. Yeah.
And so he's best friends with that guy apparently, and he's in all of his stuff, which is kind of funny. Including,
by the way, I love American dudes, and it's always dudes on film Twitter that insist on only calling it Brain Dead. Where it's like, all right, guys, we get it. We get it. You like film, whatever.
I mean,
it's still hard for me because I've known it as Dead Alive for 15 years before I ever knew it was another title, and it's like, yeah, we get it. You like film.
My brain just gets confused between that and Dead or Alive, this,
which are very different movies and both very wild. But anyway, let's cool check it.
What are you trying to do this time? I'm taking over. Perhaps it hasn't got some of the sort of warmth that Bruno, or the sort of casualness or the surprisingness that Bruno used to bring to role. But it's certainly he holds that first 30, 40 minutes with nothing else, nobody else there. I think he holds it wonderfully. When Geoff proposed Bruno, my initial reaction was it was the stupidest idea I'd ever heard of in my life. But it only took a matter of minutes to start to realize what a good idea it really was. I said it to Bruno. I think Quiet Earth is Bruno's worst movie. It was Bruno saying, I will now involve myself as an actor and I will use a certain degree of acting technique, as I see it, is that Bruno cut himself off from, I thought, the wellspring of his creative energy and ability.
Geoff had said to him, why is it that we're the closest together and you do all sorts of good performances all over the place, but you never do your best one for me? Yeah. Bruno was stung by this because I don't think it was fair. I think maybe Geoff was just pushing him, needling him, I don't know.
Bruno Lawrence.
Accolades flowed from the quiet earth, but behind the scenes, away from the glitter and the kisses, one of this country's most important creative partnerships quietly collapsed.
Because Geoff had left his marriage with Pat to be with Merita. There was that kind of major taking of sides, and he did me wrong a little bit. And Bruno, I think, made a deliberate choice. I know it's much more complex than that, but I think Bruno said, I'm going to take the side. I'm more scared of the Robbins women than I am of Geoff Murphy.
Geoff went to Hollywood and Bruno stayed in Waimarama. That's all that happened.
Yeah, I mean, all that happened was that Geoff and I, our relationship didn't work. We split up and his life changed. So, it wasn't possible. I mean, this sort of stuff happens all the time. So, marriage broke up. Big deal.
I kind of understand Geoff's reaction to Bruno's throwing his lot in with the family, if you like, and saying, I'm going to stay here and stick with them. So I'm going to take that side, as opposed to, and Geoff went, stuff you mate, if you're going to behave like that.
Somewhere during that, our relationship went too. And of course, Bruno's and Geoff went somewhere then or later. But again, that's something I wasn't there for, because I never saw Geoff again after that. 25, I haven't seen him since.
Bruno loved Geoffy till the day he died. They were buddies. And Geoff gave Bruno so much.
All things aside, Geoffrey's an old man, and I love him very much, but he's a very fragile man, more so these days. And any shit that I talk about, it's quite hurt. He's going to take the wrong way or going to get hurt by. So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, is all that clear? Clear enough.
I feel like there's a whole nother movie just with there's a whole other movie just with all these guys, this interaction between them.
I mean, it's kind of what would have happened if everyone hadn't died at the end of this, right? Like, there's got to be some kind of confrontation between. So it's kind of funny that the real movie had that same kind of confrontation, because the world didn't end after that.
Right? Who knew it'd be with the actual people?
Yeah, all went to Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, I would probably take the side of the way. She seemed scary. She did. She was just sitting there like, things happen, marriages break up, and it's like, nah, I feel like there's more to this. I feel like there's something going on.
I mean, there usually is, but I mean, it's, I don't know.
She kind of had the same vibes as Mac's mom from It's Always Sunny, but New Zealand, but Kiwi Mac's mom.
Yeah. I don't know where to go with that, but it's it's interesting that this is for a movie that is a dramatic piece with funny moments about what happens after the end of the world. There really is very little in the way of drama. Now, granted, we only have 3 principal players, of course, and you manage to work in a love triangle to it. Of course, there's going to be like some dramatic output, but like, I don't know, like it could have been like, I feel like if this would be a different movie if it was made in modern times, right? And they've done that. They played it for laughs with Last Man on Earth, which is pretty decent. There's a few other kind of iterations of it, but like, I feel like they don't commit to like really showing the loneliness in these versions, and that's why this really excels. I have not seen The World of Flesh and the Devil. This did it up in the first round choices for this month, but yeah, since we did, it was either gonna be that or Quiet Earth, and I knew Quiet Earth was good. Andy, I think you and I both were like, yeah, we're doing Quiet Earth.
So they essentially see Quiet Earth as a remake of this movie. It's in some ways, but it's like, it's clearly an interracial. It's Harry Belafonte, and it's an interracial relationship, which I'm surprised they were allowed to kind of get away with in 1959. I guess they have to kill everybody else off, so that those are the last 2 dudes left on Earth. But like, so this is a similar movie, like the plot device of having the love triangle at the end of the world,
which is what they're leaning into here, right? Like, look at this poster, right? It's man to man with the last girl on Earth at stake, because of course a woman can only be property that is won and lost. Unique, spectacular drama packed with more surprises, more amazing sights you've ever seen. Like, I suppose it's in, it's in this case, it's which one gets, love that terminology, the last girl on Earth. Okay, so I guess you can assume that it's like some sort of, like, the apocalypse is implied here, right?
Here it says there are no laws, no rules. It's man to man with the last girl on Earth at stake. A unique, spectacular drama packed with more surprises, more amazing, I guess, interracial relationships are the amazing sights.
Is that the surprise? I guess if you're a racist, it's a big surprise. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's this is in the 50s. Like, it's not. It's in the 50s. It still very much was like a scare tactic that when people were talking about civil rights, like they'd be like, well, then your white daughter is going to end up with a black guy.
Yeah, exactly. That was like the big scare. Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to speak to things that I haven't seen. But my understanding is Quiet Earth is a superior movie. But there are people that say this is really good. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so.
I mean, but like conceptually, it's interesting. I think that this is Quiet Earth is interesting too, because it's like the Maori dynamic with and especially because the actor they pick, Bruno, he's British. Like, he came to New Zealand as a kid. He wasn't he wasn't a Kiwi baby.
Yeah, which is notable because most New Zealand film people are native, right? Like they come from there. They take advantage of the apparently incredible art grants that they do in public funding.
Well, until Peter Jackson killed it with the Hobbit movies,
of course.
Which
which he killed it in a different way for the Lord of the Rings movies.
Well, I mean, he basically created the arts funding.
I know, and it was through stuff like Bad Taste and Brain Dead,
and then he killed it with the Hobbit. It's ridiculous
in a different way.
Conan, are you ready for one more?
Oh, hell yes! Are you kidding me? This is a blast. So this is another AI. Whoa! I'm into it. Like, this is like some Johnny Mnemonic stuff. Like, what's happening here? This is okay. So first of all, would wear this jacket. Also, like, it's pretty cool that it looks like my bolo tie there is like a sonic screwdriver kind of situation where it can probably do other things,
It also kind of looks like a tennis, like a magical tennis racket or something.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It looks a little bit like Emilio Estevez too. Like it looks like Cody Neutron and a little bit like Emilio Estevez.
Yeah, and it's my hair looks on point. My skin looks great. That's awesome. Sideburns are right there. Yeah. This is I approve of this one. That is.
It looks like something out of the Quiet Earth. That's why I picked this one next.
No, that's great. The one thing I would say is that jacket would not look like that at the end of a show.
Well, this is like an amalgamation of all your jackets.
No, I know, which is great. It's awesome to see like an aggregate total of like all these different types of apparel, right?
There's other ones that are like it seems like a different order, I guess, of piling these up. So there's like a bunch of different kinds of jackets that they come up with in this. A big part of what they're trying to sell with this is like background and like touch up things. So there's some really cool ones that they come
they're
with.
trying to like take the place of like apps that like touch up your photos and things like that. But then I go, check it out, you can make it crazy and everyone's gonna be like, whoa, it's wild. But everybody's now doing it. So is that still true? I don't know.
Oh yeah, people are still doing it.
People are doing it.
I'm here for this. This is great, man. This is a great one. Oh wow. Nice.
Christina, if you want to send me one for yours.
See, everybody's AIs are just going to start boning. Is what's going to be the next thing that happens.
There's going to be like weird AI children. It's going to be strange.
It's going to be chaotic. Like your coworkers' AI and your AI are going to be.
For mine, I'm amazed how great my tits look.
So my AI was very impressed.
I'm just imagining though, like the pod people. You know what I mean? Like in when they're trying to fucking duplicate people in fucking why? See, we've literally watched the movie for the show and
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I don't like my brain is fucking shot, but I'm imagining those pod people where they keep like trying to create the people out of half dog, half like whatever. Like they just keep trying to replicate them, and it's that, but it's AI replication. So some of them are just really fucked up and have like a fifth hand.
Right. Well, that would be like the next derivation, right? Like once the AIs start procreating with each other, then they're gonna have like these like weird like mutant like superpowers and stuff like that. And anyway, that's how it'd be if I wrote it. You're welcome, America. Yeah, that one's great. These are awesome.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck this is. This is the one that's confused me when I saw it.
Oh, it's another one. Oh, okay, cool. Lay it on me.
Oh.
Ooh, whoa. Whoa.
A lot going on here.
Yeah.
It seems like it's some strange AI language that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, this is like liner notes for like my creepy horror record or something. Like this is
it's something about it reminds me of the movie X, like their promo material.
Yeah.
I imagine the language is the one from fucking Spy Kids where they play the sound backwards, like
Yeah, this one's kind of unsettling. Like this one's yeah, I don't know. Looks like if I now that I've seen it, I'm gonna like have something terrible happen to me in like 7 days or something.
I have one more.
And we already covered Bullworth, so that was last month.
I have one more to show you because I have a joke I want to make. So this is you if you were in the fucking new Buzz Lightyear movie, apparently.
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Oh,
See,
man,
when it's you, the anime version of it, right? Because like anime is one of the things.
Yeah.
You got like actual anime. They just made me Asian. They like slanted my eyes up a little bit and gave me like Asian hair, and I look like fucking Ian Miles Chong or whatever that fucking fashionable Asian guy is. Because like the hair's like.
Yeah, I like I should be like Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow or something with this. This is crazy. I'm here for it. You got pretty jacked too.
Most years they're fucking the ones that aren't terrifying are fucking good. So it's like we have so much to work with here on.
Yeah, that's great.
This is like you're about to pipe fucking Andy's, not this Andy, but Andy and fucking Toy Story's mom or something. Like you're getting ready to like he goes off to college in Toy Story 2 and like you show up and you're like, oh, well, let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You got a friend in me, let me tell you.
Indeed. I forgot for a second we weren't on the after party. with this,
God damn it, went back to being a toss-up. Fuck.
It's still only 57% in. So
I don't know how anyone could possibly vote for fucking Herschel Walker.
DeKalb has like 5% of the votes in. Like it's gonna be a while. So that's like
it's because of his stance on vampires. I mean, a werewolf could.
I was watching Fright Night the other night at the hotel. Couldn't find it. Somebody, there was a reporter that tried to offer him a bunch of condoms and was like, "I think you need these," and he got all. Actually, it was a comedian, but they were posing as a reporter, and they tried to give him like a roll of condoms, and he was like, "I don't need those," and he's like, "I think you do."
I think you might want them. I think you might want those.
Right, so yeah.
You know what's funny about like the reception of this film?
What?
It's like it's easy to watch most of the time and never positively painful.
I mean,
that's why I describe it.
Well, like when you're looking at how many, apparently there was there's a bunch of end of the world like sci-fi movies around this time, so you could assume that was kind of selling one that was at the end of this the sci-fi boom.
Yeah, because it's very different than Night of the Comet.
Definitely.
Speaking of that, this is about the boom that was kind of going on, and
get us back on track with this for sure.
Yeah. So Bruno,
I'm sorry, AI me is just too beautiful. It's very distracting.
Our good friend Numero Bruno and Geoff, who directed this movie.
Bruno.
Yeah. So they actually made the first
your next album
feature film. They made the first one, and it was a monster film. So, and it had fucking Ian from fucking Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So you said Brain Dead this time. I said
we'll cover all of it eventually.
In 1977, Bruno, Geoff, and his brother Roy produced a feature film, a spin-off from one episode of the Blatter series. They called it Wild Man. Astonishingly, it kick-started the modern feature film industry in New Zealand. Bruno and Geoff had created a monster.
So he'll enter your camera right, pick up Frank and charge out camera left.
In the early 80s, thanks to shocking tax legislation, the feature film industry exploded. Dozens of films were made. It was the moment Geoff and Bruno had been waiting for, a chance to strut their stuff on an international stage.
Geoff is, for me, and I know we're talking about Bruno, but Geoff is, for me, the singular hero of that period of New Zealand filmmaking.
The early movies, like Sleeping Dogs, Goodbye Pork Pie, Came a Hot Friday, there was a huge acceptance of that Kiwi voice. They loved it. And they all made big money.
The thing is, there was no one to teach you what to do, so you just had to wing it. And if I look at my first attempts and Bruno's first attempts, if we're going to compare things, he was better than me.
It was Roger Donaldson's landmark film Smash Palace that gave Bruno the opportunity to show how good he really could be.
That's quite the name.
Was his first lead. He was giving as much as he could. He wanted to be working on a good movie, and he wanted to do everything he could to make it a good movie. And he did whatever he had to. His head was into Hal Shaw.
I think when you see the film, somehow Bruno takes this character that, you know, would be very easy to hate, and somehow you feel for him.
Right. Oh.
I'll never forget this birthday party, Dad.
No, right.
It's just like yours.
My own parents had just divorced a few years earlier, so I understood the character even at that age. I understood what she was feeling and knew what was going on. And Bruno creating the reality of our father-daughter relationship for me, you know, made it all come across really genuinely. But he worked really hard. Like, often he'd stray from the script with me to make it work. At night we discussed it. We'd look at what was being shot the next day and discuss it. And there's a lot of stuff in Smash Palace that's straight out of my life.
God, woman, the last time I can remember doing anything right in your eyes was having a drink with the mayor. The bloody mayor, for Christ's sake. This whole conversation revolved around big...
Oh, you're pushing me to the limit. I've had enough.
Big tits and clay shooting. Well, I've had enough.
Let me out. I've had enough. Stop it.
He didn't sort of capture a scene. He created a scene so that there was a sense when he was on camera that anything could happen.
Leave those bloody cups alone. Leave them alone.
Wasn't that violent? I mean, didn't whack her about. Didn't smash anyone, but it was violent. It was more emotionally violent than physically. All I know was that Bruno had very strong opinions about what he wanted to do and what he would do and what he wouldn't do. And what he would do was always more outrageous than what he wouldn't do, in a way.
Come on, get inside. Get inside there. Get your bloody clothes on. Get out. Come on. Cut. Look, I'll give you my...
Yeah, lots to unpack there.
Yes. Especially the, Bruno Uno right there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd looked down for most of that clip. Like, I was doing other shit at the same time and didn't I knew that they were yelling at each other, but didn't fucking register that his dong
Bruno's
was out.
Uno was out.
Also, you missed this classic comment from Jay Hutch. Smash Palace is what I call my house.
Yeah.
I'm the only one? All right, I thought that was
funny. No, I think it's pretty, I laughed. I saw it when we were watching that and laughed.
Yeah.
No, I was obsessing over the Goodbye Pork Pie movie poster because I love that that style of movie poster that's dead now. But had the old Bigfoot cartoons kind of style of like Animal House had, and it's a classic. It was but it looks like it was a New Zealand artist.
Wow. Having nothing to do with any of that, there's apparently quite the detailed comments by Neil deGrasse Tyson on why he likes the Quiet Earth so much.
Oh,
Like there's a lot of them actually. Yeah, are we? Can I do this? I don't want to hijack the show, but
yeah, no, for
hijack
sure.
away.
But the much more attractive AI version of me has already done it, so I don't feel that bad by it. Tyson's first observation is in regard to the sunrise captured during the opening credits. Of course it is. I noticed the sun is rising up. I'm not going to do an impression of that guy. Do I need to? I noticed the sun's rising up and to the left, he says. That can only happen in the southern hemisphere. He goes on to say that sometimes northern hemisphere people will fake a sunrise by filming a sunset, thinking they're tricking you into seeing a sunrise, but they're not tricking me. All right. Okay.
Please kill yourself.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Like his critique about Titanic and the stars. I'm just like, no, just shut up.
Yeah, Titanic's good. Shut up, deGrasse Tyson.
Let's see.
It's like me. It's like me when I fucking end up like on no sleep, fucking taking my ADHD meds and hyperfixate on something like that I find wrong with the movie. I'm like, it's this thing, and everyone's like, I don't like. It's a fine movie. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, but they come in wearing a different set of clothes, and I noticed that
the stars weren't aligned like that on that particular date in 1911.
Yeah, it's like literally nobody cares. I'm gonna skip the mundane ones, and I'm just gonna kind of read ahead. I'm gonna edit some of these. Whatever the effect is, it gets rid of animals, but not plants, says Tyson. And I think we're coming to learn in sort of the modern biology of the tree of life that's rather arbitrary to distinguish animals from plants. It then proceeds to point out that people have more in common with mushrooms than mushrooms have with green plants. That is true.
And people. He wanted to say that because his wife often confuses him for a house plant.
and I gotta say,
he's definitely not coming on now.
And much like a mushroom, we are fun guys.
Tyson is thrilled to see a black smoke at the plane crash as it signifies a petroleum product like jet fuel. I gotta give to the folks who made the film, says he.
Wow, I'm getting petroleum money right now. My bank. If you see over there at the beginning of the movie, it's a sicko station. I get paid money from them.
One of Tyson's favorite things about the film is how the main character is completely scientifically and technologically literate, and he's portrayed as such without any special fanfare. He just is. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That he's not like, hey everybody, did you know I was like the leading scientist?
He's not like Neil deGrasse Tyson. You're saying?
Yeah, he's not one to brag.
I thought he was gonna duck one for there, but nope, got him. Got his ass. Let's see. He points out, Henderson sees the overhead shot of the three survivors in a triangle formation as a visual representation of the love triangle they may develop. And that's kind of just good filmmaking, as far as I'm concerned.
I like that triangle shot though when they first meet and they zoom out and the three of them are in the fucking Mexican standoff, essentially. Yeah, that's an amazing shot.
Triangle for those who don't know.
My only question is why did they tell and not show the toilet flushing?
I don't know. Maybe it's a censorship thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Psycho.
Boy, you can do as much as you want with the dong, but if you share a toilet flushing, I swear to God.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do three in relatively rapid succession. Survivors here are people who were in the process of dying when the effect hit. About 6,000 people die each hour worldwide, which equals 100 per minute. And since the film's effect lasts roughly 5 seconds, it means about 8 people will survive worldwide. Clearly, says Tyson, none of those 8 people would be in Hamilton, New Zealand. All right.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
There he is, everybody.
Do me a favor. Pour yourself a nice bath. Get into the bath. Slit your wrist. Just slit your wrist in the bath. I hate you, Neil deGrasse Tyson. You are the worst.
It gets better, meaning it gets worse. Tyson has a soft spot for the scientist, realizing that the woman he loves is more interested in the physically fit guy in leather instead. Aww.
Yeah, just like Neil deGrasse Tyson's own wife, who keeps mistaking him for a houseplant.
Best ending movie scene ever, says Tyson, and he goes on to clarify that the main reason for that is absolute undying love for the planet Saturn. Henderson just wants to know what the ending means. And I'm once again just in awe of the fact that the film's final shot revelation was used in all the marketing. Exactly, like I said earlier. Tyson points out that while this is one of his favorite movies, it's not, as the press has misquoted him as saying, one of the best movies ever. Okay, whatever, dude. Okay, I'm done with this. We're over.
This is not one of the best movies ever. Not like the movie my wife showed me that she made with, my friend Bill Nye.
Like, he was doing so great, and then he just Tysoned up. He Tysoned up, and like he Tysoned out.
It's also considered one of the best like New Zealand films of like I think it's like the 14th best film.
Yeah, you're right. It's like yeah. I don't have the list. That sounds plausible though. No, we're getting
right,
a couple of calls for more AIs.
I mean,
Conan, do you want a funny one? Do you want a funny one, or do you want a cool looking one?
I think we should go with a funny one because we had a couple cool looking ones in Rabbit Secession. So
this is probably my least favorite of them. Okay. Like that gets it like the worst. But
let's can't wait. All right, here we go. Record scratch. I suppose you're wondering how I got here.
Me too.
This is the face you make right before you realize that there's a hole in the helmet.
Like, oh shit, I forgot my helmet. I'm doing a spacewalk without a helmet. My bad.
I would have found a buckshot one, but there isn't one. Here, this is one more that I wanted to pull up because it's amazing. Or is it? This is a different anime one.
Yeah.
Our Lord.
All right.
There's like 5 anime ones. They made you fucking animated. They did not make you Asian. Like I don't know what vibe I was putting out. They're like, we want you to look like Andy No. Like we want you to look like a gay middle-aged Asian man wandering around Portland trying to bust Antifa. Like that's what you look like.
Maybe it was some of your Twitter enemies gaming the system or something that you just didn't know about.
Maybe my Twitter enemies are just AI. Like
maybe.
I mean, they make Conan look so
maybe.
dope.
Yeah, exactly. I look great. That's all that counts. Cool. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, me accidentally playing the clip with Dong in it somehow did not get us taken off. It seems like.
Yeah. And I just want to point out that the slang for that down under is boomer.
Boomer.
Fantastic.
So okay, boomer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right.
Like I kept like going back to Twitch, be like, oh god, did it happen? Did it happen? Did it happen?
This is gonna be a rough one to listen to. So I'll probably take these and find a way to like put them on a public thing and then put them as listening notes.
Blur it
on the actual audio.
You're talking about the dong? I lost track of what we're doing. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying your AI thing is gonna be rough.
Yeah. You're of course. Yeah. I'm usually better about.
So I'll probably try to put them in order tonight if I remember, and then I'll put when I do the audio, I'll probably send
No, he's just gonna put pictures of penises so people can follow.
I mean, it makes just as much sense as the AI.
Last penis on Earth, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about this movie, Conan? Since you picked this one.
I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson stole some of my thunder here. I love that, like the guy that's first time I've literally ever said that, by the way. I like the scientist guy, like the main character, like knows a lot about science and technology, but isn't like, attention everybody. I did 4 years undergrad at blah blah blah. Yeah. Like it doesn't do that over explaining stuff. And it's just part of like what the guy is, and like it's something.
Like how all of this is a description of Neil deGrasse Tyson, like over explaining, like like walking you through it, like telling you he's a scientist all the time, even though he really isn't. Like,
he loves doing the things that that are the opposite of what's in the movie. But I also like, again, you get to see for a long period of time him attempt to like live a life and entertain himself and basically not go completely mad. Which looks pretty amazing and entertaining from the outside, of course, especially when he's like addressing his subjects with the nightgown and whatnot. But think about lockdown, right? Think about like when we were at like the heights of COVID. At least we all had like the internet, right?
I mean, Forrest would not do well with a movie like this. Like if this was like his reality,
it'd be like hour 1, he'd be in the slip.
and somehow be half Asian suddenly.
I'm gonna go outside in the slip and be like, "Well, that's a relief. No one's around to see it."
Yeah. I've
done the thing where you play pool against yourself before.
Well, it shows loneliness really well, and so why it's almost jarring when, like, you know, the woman comes in and then the other guy comes in. Like, it's almost jarring because you get so used to it, like him just finding ways to entertain himself. And I don't think you see that a lot. And I think when you do, it's like a montage, you know, and like there's like walking on sunshine or something goofy playing or something, which is and this has a totally different vibe. Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about this flashy scientist right here?
All right, lay it on me. Oh, it's me. What is it, like a tricorder? What do I have?
I don't know, but it goes well with this movie because he has the recorder that he's carrying around with him the whole time.
Yeah,
this is like that, but also a camera, I guess. I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't know what
this movie was perfect to do these AIs with.
Yeah. This is great. That's a great jacket too. I actually want it. That's all. And I got like a little like ocular implant or something going on there. Like
you also have kind of a strange little pencil like appendage coming out of your tie. I noticed it's not the.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the boomer.
It's the boomer of the tie, exactly.
That's the
normally you tuck that behind the tie so people can't see it, but
right, exactly.
That's the beginning of the effect, like, you know, splintering the fucking your reality. So you're like, but it just starts on your you know, on your bowler.
Is it a camera or a gun? Like a phaser or something? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it looks like a camera, but then it also kind of looks like it's something that you shoot.
Right?
Yeah. like a laser camera. Maybe you like shoot it and then it, you know, the telescopic like photogenic part of it or something like hits the person and fucking.
Does he have like 3 fingers and a penis?
Oh, I don't. Well, where's my other finger? It's I don't have one anymore.
You're like a cartoon, you know, like the Simpsons.
I'm like a Simpson.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't even catch that. Wow.
Yeah.
This is never gonna replace Andy because some of the stuff doesn't make sense.
He does totally different bizarre things. Wow, that's great. I was gonna say gives new meaning to the term gone shooting. That's what I was gonna say. For the other thing. Oh, that's good. That's just a good picture. That looks like it could be a yearbook picture. Honestly, other than my hair being lighter.
You're like, you know those ones where they show you and then they show you again, like.
Yeah, we're like looking up at your like exactly the sky, and you're like looking up at you in the sky or something. Yeah, this totally looks like weird. When I joined NASA.
Well, this looks like the stuff that they used to advertise when Mark Kelly was running in Arizona. They had like a picture of him in the spacesuit, and they're like, he went to space because Blake Masters gone to space.
You know, like everybody at NASA gets to take one of those pictures in the spacesuits, even if they're not going into space. Because I got a friend, she works for NASA. She's a freaking NASA scientist, but never gone into space. But she's got one of those astronaut pictures, and it's like, holy shit! She's like, it was the coolest thing.
Not likely.
I have 2 coworkers from 2 different jobs who now work at NASA,
and they got those pictures too.
I hope so. I mean, I haven't asked them, but like,
ask them.
Jesus.
NASA keeps on trying to hire me as the guy that jerks off the ecstasy dolphin. Not interested.
I keep telling them.
Oh,
you can't afford me.
Hey, what are you trying to get me to do with a flipper over here?
Christina,
it's crazy that was NASA, like that did the fucking experiment where they, you know, they made the dolphin roll face and then some woman like jerked it off. Like, I always thought that was like a CIA program or something. It's not. They did it for NASA.
No, that's just for it was just a recreational activity.
Yeah, there's actually a great dollop on that if anybody wants to know more.
This feels like classic.
Would you like to know more?
No, I would not. Christina, as the other person who the AI favors on this panel, what were your favorite parts of this movie?
I just like the very just the intimacy overall of the film. Like it's very vacant. It's not too. I mean, there is some chaos and it's clear because of the main character, but it just doesn't seem like there's like a whole lot going on. I feel like people who get like overstimulated probably would like enjoy this film because it wouldn't like trigger anything within them that would make them react in like a way that would, you know, overstimulate them or get them to, you know, to be too close to the edge or whatever. So like I would definitely like recommend this film for people who are like, I need something that's not too much.
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of like, and I love it, but like Aliens or something where it's like all action and explosions. There's a term that's been floated around by certain people that are in the orbit of the show that I really like called low sci-fi. That's and that it kind of means stuff like that. And like Something in the Dirt, which I just watched last night, which a new movie by the guys that Synchronic and The Endless. They did a couple episodes of Moon Knight and Archive 81. A really super fascinating set of filmmakers, but it's very much like low sci-fi in that way. And it's just like two actors mostly in like one room, and like, but it works really well. But it's not like, yeah, stuff's not exploding and stressing you out.
Yeah. Like, this is why I like the movie Hard Candy with Patrick Wilson and Elliot Page. It's not. Like
sorry, which one, Christina? I'm sorry. Say again.
Hard Candy.
Hard Candy. Okay.
Yeah, that because that was a very intimate film between Patrick Wilson and Elliot Page back in like 2005. Like, it's just very simple sets. It just takes place in like two places, and the plot's very interesting. And I highly recommend it if you're into, again, another film that won't get too. I mean, there's some intense scenes, but like it doesn't show what's going. Like, I mean, there's a part where she's like castrating him in the scene because his character's name was Haley, a little girl, and Haley wore like a Red Riding Hood like type of like hoodie to symbolize like.
I was gonna say that's David Slade. That's the guy who did 30 Days of Night and Bandersnatch and Metalhead in Black Mirror.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I will totally check that out. And a Twilight movie that I will never watch. That's awesome. I never knew about that. So there you go. See, everybody gets to learn something in this show, including me.
Yeah. Good intimate films to watch.
This is the sound guy who went on to become a famous New Zealand director.
Let's do
this
it.
Is him talking about the thing. This
Peter
is only
Jackson?
a minute long. No, his name is Don Reynolds. Don Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other famous New Zealand director.
I'd like to say, give big hello to our New Zealand fans.
Really, really tough as a producer on that film because there'd been a whole run of those pre-tax films made leading up to that September deadline, and the crews were all very jaded and tired, and and to get there, Geoff and I had to work really hard to get the effort out of them. And we reached a point where at the end of our shooting schedule, we still hadn't shot all that we sort of wanted to shoot, but we didn't really know what we wanted at that point. So we just stopped shooting. Everybody thought we were going to go over, but we didn't. We stopped shooting because we felt that whatever we needed to do, we didn't need this big crew. I've always believed in post-production as being the real big role of a producer, because you can't really have that much, you don't have that much control during shooting. You're stuck with all sorts of things, elements, cast issues, all sorts of things like that. But the reality is post-production is where you try and bring all that back together again and try and make what you really wanted to make. So, Geoff and I spent a long time, for example, because everything had disappeared in the world, including insects and things, we had to redub every single line of dialogue in it, every noise, not just the dialogue, every single effect, every sound effect, nothing from the location was ever used on that, So it was, it was a big job.
Not a huge budget for this movie too, and I think they do a good job of using their budget tactically.
Yeah, and so this is I'll play this. This is just another minute thing. This is Geoff Murphy talking about the process of like funding this, because it was originally slated for a different director and they like put the money into it, but then they were like the other director didn't want to do it, and the investors, because this is early on in the New Zealand Film Commission thing. The other people that invested in it were like, no, you have to create something, like something called The Quiet Earth has to be created out of this.
Awesome. You got it.
When we went to do The Quiet Earth, there was a big kerfuffle tax shelter wise, and the previous director was Sam Pillsbury, and he wanted to pull out of it because he didn't feel it was ready and all that sort of stuff. And I took it over. But at one stage, he said, "No, I want to can it." And the producer went back to the investors and said, "No, sorry, this one's off." And the investor said, "No way, you have signed deals here, and we've used our provisional tax as some of the leverage, and we've spent it already. So we don't care what you do, but something called The Quiet Earth has to be made. You can just make it and stick it on the shelf. Doesn't worry us, but you have to make it because the money has to be spent within that 12-month period, or the deal won't work." It did feel like a high dive, like an artist climbing steps up to this high dive pool where the pool's down there. There's a little dot way down below, and he's asked me to dive off, and I can see there's no water in it.
I don't know. For me, if I was a director, I'd be like, oh, it just has to be called The Quiet Earth. Great. Done. All I need, I mean, we've never talked in this show.
It seems like it probably would be one of the easier things to film.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a title for a song, I can go. It doesn't even necessarily mean it's going to be the best song in the world, but I can figure it out from there. That's kind of how I work. Fun thing having nothing to do with that. Other Geoff Murphy films, right? I'm not going to list all of them, but I think this will be interesting. But other films that Geoff Murphy has directed, right? Free Jack.
Oh, I love that movie.
Free Jack? Yeah, with Emilio Estevez and Mick Jagger.
Yeah, Mick Jagger just they didn't feed him because he just chewed the scenery.
Yeah, it's a wild movie to put it bluntly.
And Anthony Hopkins is in that too.
Anthony Hopkins is in Free Jack as well.
Assuming that's after he takes off to the Hollywood, right?
Yeah. This is I mean, Free Jack is 92, so this is he's been there, seen it, feel.
I think it was a little earlier than that, but yeah. It was early 90s, so
okay. Anyway, I'm literally looking at it. It says 1992.
Okay,
but Letterboxd could be wrong. Young Guns 2, Young Guns 2, 1990. Again, Emilio Estevez.
Yes.
Yeah, actually pretty good. Young Guns 2 is pretty good.
I think it's
got Vigo in it. Isn't that an early Vigo movie? I think it's actually better than the first one.
Yeah, because the first one's good, and I think Estevez gives a much better performance in the first one. Yeah. But the second one's just a much tighter movie.
So, but this is my favorite. Under Siege 2, Dark Territory.
Ooh. Yeah, I've seen that.
Starring the world's greatest bluesman Steven Seagal and early Katherine Heigl role, actually.
That's right.
He's also the second unit director on all 3 Lord of the Rings movies.
Awesome. I mean,
which really means he's directing. I mean, second unit just means that he's not he's doing part of the he's not doing whatever Peter Jackson's doing.
Right.
Yeah, he's like the second AD pretty much.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say they had the title of other stuff on Lord of the Rings, but they were really just filming the main stuff because normally second unit directors just do we need a shot of a bicycle rolling down the street and falling over.
Yeah.
Or just just scenery shots or stuff that they don't want to waste the director's time on.
I haven't watched it, but there's his most famous movie is Goodbye Pork Pie. It's apparently it's Easy Rider meets Keystone Cops.
Which that's 1980, so that's around the same time as this. And then Utu is another one. But apparently, first of all, there's a sequel to the Christopher Lambert movie Fortress, and he directed it, Fortress 2.
Yes, I've seen that too, unfortunately.
I don't doubt it for a second.
Christopher Lambert, he was with Diane Lane for a few years.
Christopher Lambert's older, I think, than people realize. That dude's been around for a while.
They have a daughter together. I love her. She's great. I love Diane.
I remember I saw
it's the only child, right? Because they're
yeah.
It's the only child because there can be only one. Thank you. Go ahead, Andy. I was going to land.
I saw Grace Stoke, Legend of Tarzan, his first American film, in the theater when I was a kid, which has a lot of dong in it.
Lots of hanging brains.
Yes.
Dong City.
It's got apes peeing on people. It's nuts.
But yeah, Quiet Earth is his best rated amongst the people movie. But yeah, Under Siege 2, Young Guns 2, and Free Jack are also in the top 3. And Goodbye Pork Pie is about at number 5. But that might just be because people haven't seen it as much. I mean, I have heard the name, but yeah, I don't know.
The other one that gets talked about a lot is Utu, which
that's why I was saying Utu is the other one that's which is also that's 83, so that's like around that same time.
Yeah.
I know of it. I think I actually even have it on my watch list. But oh well, I do now. I do. I've heard of it, and I just. It's one of those things that, like, every once in a while, there'll be a movie like, I might have seen that, but I'm not going to give myself credit for seeing it if I don't remember it. So,
yeah. So Sam Pillsbury, who was the original director that quit, that was also the delicious too, but that was also the producer, has a movie that he made in 2001 called Crooked Earth, and it also stars a Maori guy named Api. Like that's, and also the guy who played. Boba Fett.
To play Boba Fett, yeah. I remembered his name earlier, but I can't now.
And they had a hell of a time redubbing it because they kept poking the director in the stomach.
Tickling
it.
There you go. To Tamara Morrison.
Tamara Morrison, yeah.
Who's highly underrated as an actor.
He's in a lot of stuff, but he's probably most known in later years as oh wow, really?
Yeah. Like, honestly, Barbed Wire is like it's Casablanca, but with Pamela Anderson starring in it, and Xander Berkeley, who is incredible. Like he gives this amazing performance in this terrible movie.
All right, I have no notes. That's I don't think we're gonna be covering Barbed Wire anytime soon, but I was curious, like when the Pamela and Tommy, whatever the show was called, was on.
Yes.
It reminded me that movie existed. I was like, wow, I wonder if that's like better than I remember it, because I remember it being not great.
Oh, they there's a scene where they go to like one of the like movie theaters.
Yeah.
And she noticed that everyone's like laughing at her, and Tommy being the idiot is like,
yeah,
they love it. And she's like,
it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
Well, because that made me kind of wonder.
A less a way more sad version of the scene in fucking Disaster Artist when everyone's laughing at Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
And he like storms.
Well, and I think that.
Oh, hi, Mom.
I think that. Holy crap! What is going on there? Oh my god! I look like.
Face right there.
I was gonna say Will Forte, but that works too. Like that is, all right.
This is Tim Burton draws Conan. It seems like.
What is going on with my face? Holy crap! I look like I have Down syndrome. This is amazing.
It's not even Down syndrome. You look like you look one of those other
giganticism, and I was stung by a bee at the same time.
There's always those like other forms of retardation that people don't like necessarily like come to
like
first.
Andre the Giant there.
But they're like, no, this is just a different chromosome missing. That's what this. That's what this looks like.
He lost the Corky one and the other one, the McDonald's kid.
But he can play like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but that motherfucker. you should hear that little bastard play though. It's something to behold.
But that's what I was saying with like.
Just in case I was getting like an ego about how cool all the rest of them got. Don't worry. There's one that'll put you right back down on the ground.
That's what I was saying with like every single woman that I've seen with these pictures. Like all of them are I mean, they probably just don't post the ones that are fucked up. But like every dude, it's like at least a couple of them are retarded. Like.
God damn it.
Hold on, let me try to find the one. I had one.
White version of Bubba from Forrest Gump. Thank you, J. Hutch. That's not normally a movie that we will reference on this show, but I'll take it because I'm the one taking the hit. Yeah, that's a harsh joke, man. That's not great, folks. Not great. But it's whatever. All right, so this is all right. This is after the AI was done with it. Or yeah, you just look more fabulous. That's all. Oh my god, that one on the far left. Holy crap! Wait, go to the one on the far left.
That one. Yeah, far left with the hair.
A lot of them have hair. I want to thank the AI for giving me hair.
And really good hair too. Like
there's another one that gives me awesome hair, but it's like
you have big. Realize I say this with peace and love in my heart. You look like the henchmen of like the final boss in like the action movie, who like kind of like commands the minions and is like sort of vaguely gay, but like it isn't really explicitly stated. Like the lieutenant of like the final boss, right?
Yeah, like the one person that goes into the casino that's like the slightly more effeminate, like Peter Lorre type.
I think I bought that album.
Right. The major domo of like the minions or the. What do we figure? Like what was it? It was like how did that discussion go? There's minions and
there's goons,
lackeys
right?
and goons, right? Yeah. I forgot. Anyway,
yeah,
whatever. You'd be in charge of
Tuesday.
Wow.
Next Tuesday, we can continue this conversation.
This is cultural appropriation to the max.
This
what is that, Jughead's hat?
This is a lot. This is a lot that's happening.
I thought it was it looks like an afro. It looks like a rainbow afro. It looks like I'm the guy with the clown makeup that's like each step of putting on the clown makeup, but this is like step one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And hold on a second. Let me
Christina, if you send me them, I can pull stuff up.
Yeah, and Christina just looks like beautiful princess from like a cartoon.
She's like a Barbie. It looks like
I look great.
Blew it yourself, Barbie.
Like, why aren't you in that movie with Harley Quinn there?
Margot Robbie?
Yes.
I like that this one's just on a counter and it's like a picture, like instead of just doing a picture, like it's like they put a picture on the counter.
Yeah, that's a bold choice. And you just kind of look like you, but you got a cool jacket on. So that's
all right. I messaged them to you. Like
all right.
Oh man. What do we got here? This is
that's your
rockabilly artist or something like that.
I was thinking Night of the Hunter, but with a white suit instead. But yeah, that works.
Yeah,
no, it's doo-wop reversal. It's like
there you go.
It's a radio show. It's on the radio.
Live from Nashville comes Coda Neutron's Bebop Reversal.
Right, exactly, the hottest one in the Coda Neutron in the comments. Fuck. Yeah, can't argue with that one. That's
See, but then what I'm saying about every girl getting like an amazing one, right? Like Christina gets like that. It's like bow before me, goddess. Like you have been transformed and transcended the line of beauty. And then like half the ones with dudes are just like, you look retarded.
You look like, what is it? A white Bubba from Forrest Gump. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's like
I would watch this Midsummer remake.
Maybe it's like, you know, the movie Limitless, where like that drug like unlocks portions of like
Adderall.
Bradley Cooper, but like, the conceit of it is that like basically if you're of average intelligence, it makes you super smart, but if you're already smart, then it makes you super duper smart, right? Like maybe it's if you're already, you know, a beautiful girl, then you just look all the more beautiful.
I was actually rather impressed that these came out really well.
Yeah.
I have not seen bad ones.
So are all the anime fanatics that are going to be enjoying these pictures.
Yes.
I have not seen any bad ones that have like a girl's posted. And I mean, that just might be the fact that like, you know, I mean,
girls are pretty.
But they had a problem, I guess, where some of them are doing nudes.
Whoa.
Damn. Whoa.
Yeah.
What's up, Psylocke?
That's one of my favorite ones.
This is Eyes Up Here, Christina.
Yep.
This should definitely be in the after party. Just
tonight's after party is the main show because you know Friday we're talking about a 4.5 hour movie. I don't know how we're.
Yeah. Yes. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. Not excited to sit still for 4 hours. I'm not good at that, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna.
It's very, very weird. It's very weird to have Christina's cartoon cleavage staring at me while we're trying to do this.
Eyes are up there, Conan. on the slightly off nose and eyes.
Any of the AI pictures manufacture Christina's Obama shirt? Very good question.
No.
That's right.
Those weren't selfies, I think. Like, it would be me wearing sunglasses. I wonder how that would turn out to look, but
Rock the tits.
yeah. Yeah, like, damn, I look good.
Any more clips, or what should we just go to Letterboxd one-liners? What are we
I mean, I got one more clip about working with a low budget, and then we can go to Letterboxd one.
Yeah, please. I mean, just
I've been up since 5 a.m. today.
After seeing those pictures, the entire audience is going to be up for a few more days. Get it?
Yep, I
It's
do.
real subtle.
First half will be scientist by himself, and they just said, "You'll never pull it off." And I said, "Yeah, but what it'll do is it'll give the film, it'll make the film distinctive. It'll make it different from everything else that's out there. And if we're going to go down, let's go down in a blaze of glory, like let's not with a whimper, So let's push the envelope." In Hollywood, I quickly gained the reputation of being able to make things at a price less than other people and make them look like too much more had been spent on them, which was I wasn't doing myself a service in a way, because then I tended to get low budget stuff. But low budget stuff, generally speaking, was much less neurotic than big budget stuff, and less interfered with, by the executives and things, because there wasn't so much at stake. I mean, my problem's always been, keeping my mouth shut, like, and when I was in Hollywood, and they'd say, "How do you like the script?" And I'd say, "Oh, I think it's fixable." And the agent would go, "That's not what you say. You say it's terrific. You say it's brilliant. It's the best thing you've ever read. That's what you say." I mean, I'd say, "But I'm a director and I'm presenting myself to these people in the marketplace as a sort of paid professional advisor on how to get the best out of their product."
Seems like a really interesting dude.
I was kind of fascinated by thinking through, like, because I noticed this when I first watched it. The first half, the first third really is just him by himself, and it's like you really feel like you know him. He's not he's unstable as fuck, which so is the universe in this movie, but he's unstable.
Yeah,
before
I was gonna say,
yeah,
it's not the only thing.
but he's so unbelievably unstable, and it seems like manic, and you have to believe that kind of maybe preceded the entire end of the world, right? Because he goes through a depressive cycle and then a manic cycle, and you're like, holy shit. And then he meets someone as soon as you meet someone, you're like, how the fuck is this gonna go? This is our friend that's been mentally insane for the last
yeah he's like, we'll go and charitably say not in the best place, right? And yeah, just gets right down to it, and I honestly attends himself well, I would say. I am blanking on the Alison Redwich character. What's her character's name again? Anyone?
Manic Pixie Green Girl.
God damn it, Joanne, right? Is it Joanne? Yeah. Anyone? Nobody? Okay. I think it's Joanne. It's Joanne. I looked up on IMDb. Okay, there we go.
I just go over the Sheila because it's close enough to Australia, so I'll just use Australian.
Wow, that would be. You would get so many people mad at you if you said that. They don't like that. They don't care for that. Yeah, I think this is a remarkable character study for a lot of reasons. That I think it's notable to me that this film did such a great job getting that crushing loneliness in, and I think the complications are earned in here too. I think it doesn't feel tacked on. All right, now there's there's a chick, and now there's another dude, and now they're at odds over. Like, it doesn't seem like tacked on to me. It seems like very much I don't know,
Yeah, the
maybe
chemistry was all there too. Like it was very believable to see them be able to kind of come in and interact with each other, and like you could see them hooking up. And
in New Zealand they call them Joannes. Well done, Jay Hutch with the assist. Man, you can be a writer on my show any day, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, so this is the one that looks like some. I don't even know what actor it looks like, but let's.
Oh, we got more. Oh, I thought that was it. Oh, Jesus. Okay,
no,
cool.
there's 50 of them.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
I don't even know. Is that Zach Braff? It's
I don't know. I thought it was like what of the missing what is it, like the oh shit, what's their names? Those brothers.
The missing brothers. Yeah.
What,
like
they went to
Duchovny. There's
went
a
to
David
space
Duchovny
and
vibe to that one.
They went to space and they went missing. It was crazy. These brothers. That's what's like. So this is like a alien picture frame or something. What's this?
It's like
writing
something from
at the bottom?
Stargate.
Yeah, he totally has big Stargate energy. You're right. That for once, Andy, you've invoked Stargate at the perfect opportunity, because this has big Stargate energy for sure.
And it's in a language that
This is apropos of the movie. This feels like I would travel to like the location that Saturn is in the background of that he's in.
This is also apropos of the movie.
Oh yeah, that just looks like a picture of me, but I'm here for
No,
it.
it has the crown behind it. It's like you.
Oh yeah. That's good. Yeah, I'm wearing like a leather. I don't know, like what is it, kind of quilted leather jacket or something? That's interesting.
It's got like there's something like very very 80s to that, to the black and white photo and the color accents to it. I'm not quite putting my finger on it, but you know exactly where I'm kind of coming from.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is what I like the visual aesthetic of the black and white with like one thing in color. Like I think that's kind of like a cool looking vibe.
Even if it's like almost well, I guess that's not, but there's the one that I had that they did a G where it's
they turned you into either an Asian man or a weird like cool ant.
Wait,
that's
no.
the only things that they did with you. It's really bizarre. Cool ant.
This is Nancy Pelosi, Kente Claw.
Yeah. Oh god.
Like,
why did it decide you needed Kente Claw?
He's the way.
What is it about you that was like, this guy looks Moroccan? Yeah.
He looks like an extra from Pitch Black.
Yeah,
Like-
you look like a djinn. Is what you look
I
like.
will now
You look
take.
like you should
I will now
grant
take.
your wishes in this piece.
I will now take a knee. It is, police brutality is wrong. Wakanda forever.
You got done dirty on these, but these are deeply hilarious. These are way funnier than mine. Mine just look awesome for the most part.
Yeah.
There's
as a bit, it's better for you. What was okay? So this guy is one of the familiars in Blade 2, I think, right? If I remember correctly.
this is my head getting ready to do the thing from The Thing, where it's like where it flips. Like this is you can see the.
You're
tentacles.
definitely like you're like a goon for a vampire, and like
This is
maybe you're a
definitely
vampire.
supposed to be steampunk, but they didn't pull off steampunk.
No, it looks like Blade's gonna cut your head off like shortly, like in 2.3 minutes. He's gonna cut your head
Herschel
off.
Walker's gonna cut my head off shortly. Like, "You're a vampire."
That it's too late to do it now, but do a Blade mashup with Herschel Walker in the, Wesley Snipes role. Bring some attention to an underrated movie.
Neither of them are not gonna. Neither of them are gonna fucking pay their taxes. I bet.
Let's go, Warlock. These yours are way funnier, man. I'm sorry. I know, like you got done dirty by this AI, but yours are way funnier. Like they're like, because they're like, what? Why is that the thing? Why is that the thing that you're doing? Like it makes no sense. Like you look like you should be hanging out with like Sinbad. Like what? And that could be the comedian or the ancient hero. Either one, it doesn't matter.
And then you get like
yeah. Just like, what's up, Debbie Harry? Cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
The AI is a simp. The AI is a fucking simp.
Big simp.
It's like it's like a woman. I'm gonna make her look as hot as possible, and I'm gonna make guys not look hot because then they're gonna be like, oh, you kind of.
I don't like guys. I love women.
This AI totally is a sub on
Jason Mewes AI, where he's like, oh, I hate guys.
Exactly.
Sorry, Bob, you're fucking
these
rude.
These should get you plenty of subs. That's those should get you plenty of subs. Amazing.
The
we all know. We know. We see them.
The Twitch subs or the sandwiches. You know, you just gotta pick one or the other.
I don't know anything about technology, but is there a reason why they're constantly turning Conan into an astronaut?
Conan in space.
I mean, here's what's crazy. When I was a kid, it was literally the only thing I wanted to be when I grew up.
That's you and every kid.
AI knows. Well, they're supposed to know.
Okay, but like I'm into space stuff. I ain't mad at it.
This is hold on. There's one that I have to find that's funny. They did you dirty on one of these.
I mean, beyond like being a mongoloid. That one.
This is
Mongoloid with a guitar. Mongoloid band. Mongoloid, the band. I know a band called Mongoloid, and they're a Devo cover band. Thank you.
This is Conan, who's been snacking a little too much.
Jesus.
This one right here, and I don't know how they came up with this, but
Donut Neutron.
More chins than a Chinese phone book.
I'm about to like give you a tax audit, like because I hate my job and my life.
And that's supposed to be superhero.
But I've got kind eyes.
How many callers? No, go back. How many callers does he
look
have?
at this one.
Oh,
this is like
his forehead.
This is like James Cagney style Conan, and then this is just Big C.
Latter Day Orson Welles.
How many shirts do you have on? How many shirts do you have?
Well, it's in case he sweats through one of them.
Right, take it, rip it off, throw them off. That is, that's some chunk style. That's chunk style one. Whoa, okay,
yeah. Forrest showed me this one earlier.
I kind of like the half and half. That's cool. That's kind of neat.
Christina was like, he looks better than you in all of them, and I was like, what about this one? And threw that one into it.
I was like, oh.
Well, still on the fence, but you really. Why am I just fat in one of them? I mean, like that just makes no sense. Like and
it didn't do anything else to you either. Like it's not like it's like, oh, the AI ran it through. The AI was just like, I don't know, make him fat. It ran out of ideas.
Yeah, I look like I'm a dude that like runs a diner and gets high on his own supply.
Yeah,
you know,
that with 2 callers.
instead of paying like the $7 one, I got the $3 one, and they're just punishing me.
There you go. That's... Hey, you get the enjoys bread a little too much version when you for the $3.
the Pillsbury Cowboy.
Exactly. But it's amazing. That's the only real like, oh, come on, out of all of them. I mean, well, that and the resting tard face. Can I say that? Probably not. Whatever.
This one makes up for it. I like this one. This one's cool. I don't know what's on you, but it's cool.
All right. Can't wait to see what's on me. Oh, hey! I got a majorette jacket.
Lobsters.
Oh, so here's what's eat it, Conan's. Oh, this is good too. I landed on the moon. I can eat everything I goddamn want.
Here's the center of gravity. You know what? I'm gonna make my own gravity. Everything's gonna orbit around me.
Here's what's trippy about it. So first of all, this looks like a cross between I'm like Dale Cooper and like a majorette. Or something, right? Like it gets big marching band energy, but it kind of looks like the epaulets kind of look like the old Western shirts I used to wear before I went with the jackets. I used to wear Western shirts much like what Andy has on. They were like very colorful and bright and had like comets and like things like that. But so it's like a cross between like Twin Peaks Conan and that, which is like really bizarre. Also, like props. I got like a kind of a yeah, you know what's up, kind of like smile going on there. That's nice.
You got a smirk. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna teach you about these lobsters. The dominance hierarchy. I'm gonna fucking start crying.
Smile looks like when Jack Nicholson's Joker wore makeup to make his face skin colored.
Jack Napier.
I like this one. Yeah, this one's all right, man. But it's crazy because I actually have a shirt that's like that same style, but I don't think that's one of the ones that you used, right? It wasn't one of the, or was it? I don't know.
I had to grab 3 extra ones because it said 2 of them were rejected, so it might have been
crazy. It's creepy if it figured that out like without it.
Whoa. This is a cool band.
Whoa. Yeah, remember when I was on an alien stamp? That was cool, right?
With a face tattoo?
And it's starting to infect
it was my face tattoo period. Nobody remembers it.
It's starting to infect your face a little bit.
Tyson saw you and had to get one.
Exactly. And then I got rid of mine immediately because I'm like, if he's doing it, everyone's gonna think I'm following him. So this has big, like, all hail great leader, like like memorial poster energy.
There's like a planet somewhere that for some reason only gets protonic reversal. And this
it kind of, I don't know why, but it kind of has
the entire society is
built guys, do we have a breaking news thingy jigger or no?
Oh yeah, we do.
It's
I got it.
Well, I always trust Dave Wasserman, and he's seen enough. Senator Raphael Warnock defeats Herschel Walker in the Georgia Senate run. Yeah! 51-49 majority in the Senate.
Let's go, Warlock. Let's go.
Even if you're like center right enough, like even if you're like center right, not like MAGA right, but like center right, like I can't imagine that any normal person would want fucking Herschel Walker representing them in Congress. Like you hear that guy talking, is like, this guy's not gonna, like, he's not gonna know what he's signing. Like he can't read.
Unless you're part of the union that kills vampires.
Everyone's doing the Simpsons meme. Say the line, Dave. I've seen enough. Woo! They're like, he said it.
Fantastic. Well,
like,
Raphael Warnock he's pretty good, and like
he loves dogs.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, he's not like he's a workhorse, not a show horse, right? But like he's like.
But it's like, awesome. It's like a crazy comparison. It's like the guy that took over Martin Luther King's position as the Southern Baptist Leadership Conference or whatever. Like like one of the most like he was friends with like Coretta Scott King or the family and stuff. Like knew them. Like it's that guy versus fucking Herschel Walker. And it's like, it's one of those moments where it's like, if Warnock doesn't win, like I don't have faith in any kind of. Like, it's just the other guy's so fucking terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
One of his personalities might be a Democrat, so you never know.
Can we just draw your attention back to my commemorative stamp here and how I somehow look 17, but also like I've got like mad emo hair, so that's cool.
You look like they made a stamp in order to like commemorate your first DWI.
That I got a face tattoo before or after. Dude.
Yeah, they're like we don't want you to forget that you drove like so intoxicated that you gave yourself a face tattoo while driving. It was pretty incredible that you didn't crash into anything.
Actually, the artistry is really great considering that you were moving at the time. Yeah.
What is that? A vine? Like
I don't even know. I just had a plant book open and it looked cool.
It's
I
like
was reading while driving.
Plant thing. It's wild.
It's a tribal plant thing.
But do you want to do the Letterboxd one-liners?
Forrest, nothing would make me happier. So, of course, Letterboxd is a place for film lovers to talk to each other about the movies they love, the movies that they didn't love, open source democracy. Everyone gets to have their say, not just the Siskel's and the Eberts, only social media site that matters. And, of course, people get to talk about the movies they love, the movies they didn't love, the movies that they're weirdly thirsty for because they're one of the last human beings on the planet. And everybody gets to have their say. And that is best expressed succinctly and tightly in the classic one-liner format. These are Letterboxd one-liners for The Quiet Earth. Let's go. It's not that quiet. You guys keep blowing stuff up.
And
I'm appreciating the Kanye picture here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I picked the perfect Kanye West thing where he's like move out of the way, Hitler. You've had your chance.
I'm gonna let you finish up, Hitler, but I think Beyonce should have got this.
Beyonce opened the most camps of all time.
I have a feeling like these comments are gonna age like milk, but we'll see. Maybe not. Did not expect Dong within the first 5 minutes.
Neither do we.
Yeah, first time I saw this, I was like, "Oh!"
There's a little bit
Out
of
of the gate,
dong.
huh? All right.
There's a little bit of dong over here. Oh,
You know, why not though? Right? I need the energy of a man trying to kill God with a shotgun.
my mom came in during that scene and she goes, they should not have done that. And
that if you, well, first of all, you're ineligible because of the rules of the bit. But if there was a review that said that, like, that would have absolutely made the list for sure, 100%. So you might have to make an alt on Letterboxd to.
All right,
what's this up? I don't know. These few people are making the earth loud.
Loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, a movie that I, Aucklander, can relate to. Yeah, apparently that's like what a weekend looks like.
An Aucklander.
Imagine being one of the last people on Earth, and the other two people still don't like you.
I'm sorry, it's so funny with Hitler and him in the background.
Yeah, it's. I need to keep my eyes focused where they shouldn't have been focused on Christina's cartoon Avatar, because if I go focus on the bottom here, like I start laughing. The most authentic film about the disappearance of mankind, and the quietest.
It wouldn't have been if any Germans made it. You could hear them. He would not have gone half an hour and not like found anyone. He'd be like, "Nope, there he is. That's the German guy."
If this happened to me, I would just watch movies all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my thoughts is like, how long would it take before I was like, "Oh, I should go do some other stuff than the stuff I'm like normally doing." It's just like, "Oh, nobody's around. Well, maybe I'll just like chill here and watch movies for a bit."
Watch until the end of the world for Friday.
Honestly, I have time to watch the 8-hour version.
Yeah. Real talk. That's kind of what I did yesterday. Like I watched a lot of movies yesterday. It was great.
I was like, I was planning on watching this again. Yesterday, and then just ended up being sick as fuck and like going to sleep. And then I woke up and it was 5 a.m. and I was like, how the fuck did this happen? It's 12 hours of sleep.
When he's got the gun in his mouth but gets distracted by a cool explosion, that's cinephilia, baby.
Yeah. This is the end. Wait, I guess not. This is a cool movie. So
all right. Yeah.
There's so many movies I want to watch. I can't kill myself.
There is. I mean, like my watch list is out of control. It really is. That's why I made that Who Watches the Watch List film log. That's basically my Letterboxd, but on Instagram. But on Letterboxd, you should follow the show if you don't already. That is your host, The Effect FX, over there. Moving Extravaganza. He's logging all the stuff that he is too sick to watch, and stuff that is too sick to watch, too sick not to watch. I, of course,
the first 5 minutes.
Exactly. Just don't any movie that's dong in the first 5 minutes. That's his criteria. I am, of course, I'm Conan Numero Bruno Neutron. You may follow me on there. I do all the highbrow, the midbrow, lowbrow, hit all the criterion stuff, and probably the most active of anybody on here. I feel like that's a more apt description than being all over that place, because I am all over that place, but would you care about that? At Conan Neutron, like most stuff. Christina over there, the AI queen, is on Letterboxd, and we're eagerly awaiting her next sojourn, which apparently is going to be "Don't Worry, Darling" 7 times. So that's good. she's gonna get to. Are you gonna do different ones for each viewing? You think?
I mean, no, I'm just gonna give one, full review, I guess.
I think they would be the most popular. They would be like the 10 most popular reviews if you did, as long as you were able to post an image with them, and they were all the AI images, but like just different ones.
That looks like Psylocke before she became Asian.
Yeah, it's another Psylocke looking one. Yeah,
like very specifically, like that period where she wore the looser outfit.
Yeah, with the weird like slit in the sleeve there. Yeah,
the big puffy sleeves.
I got you.
Yeah.
Of course, I got you. I got like this crap over here. She's not on that one, but it's X-Men. It's X-Men, people, to settle down.
Yeah, I mean, but it's true though. Every picture of a girl that I've seen on this is just hot as fuck, and then
because that brings the girls in, and then the guys come in.
Oh, yep. So yeah, he definitely won very likely Warnock. It went from like leaning to that. Yeah.
Tell you what, we'll let you give a full update. We can do final thoughts at the end of it. J. Andrew, president of the world. That's just a setup for you.
Yes.
This, as is Friday, actually. You are watching all the stuff that people maybe didn't know that they needed. Maybe they knew they didn't need. But either way, you're watching it, you're reviewing it, and we thank you for your service. Also, please take us away from the plugs.
Oh, yes. If you're watching us right now on YouTube, please do those YouTube things like follow, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that bell so you can find out when videos are coming out at you. Big ask, though, please watch the video to the end. That actually helps us in the algorithm and will allow other movie fans to actually find us and see what it is we do. We are also over on Twitter.
There's usually less AI discourse, but it's very popular. It's so hot this week. Yeah.
Yes. And on Twitter, you can probably see more of these AI photos.
Probably more on Instagram, I would say. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put up all of them too.
Yeah,
like everyone else is doing.
Which I'm not, because I'm not paying the money.
I was gonna say that just ground to a halt there, didn't I? Yeah.
I keep trying to send the folder from Google Drive, and it keeps sending me individual files. So I'm just trying to do that so you have it as your birthday gift.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, but follow us on Twitter. We have a Twitter community where we put up polls on occasion and have a bit of fun. I think occasionally, you can hear me cutting it up with J Hutch and stuff. But the big thing is we also have a Patreon, and with the Patreon, that helps us support the show. That helps support the show, and that really does help us out. We appreciate that. But for you viewers, you get to have access to the after parties forever.
After party forever.
One day
party forever.
I should just record a version and hit like a sample or something, because especially
there you go.
Getting near the end, we have a tougher time than normal. No after party tonight.
Neutron makes us strong.
No after party tonight, but I think we're gonna do Friday, right? So
and Ravana is probably gonna be on for Friday's after party to say hi and show.
Very cool. So yeah, those are interesting. Those are definitely. If you're like, I like this show, and I just wish it was a little more unhinged, and a little more risque, then yes.
You could also listen to Red Flag, which is the podcast we want to do.
Which we never promote. We should start promoting that.
Yeah, because we have because Ray's in school and Kenzo now is teaching again. It's like I never know when we're gonna drop a new episode.
True dat, and I don't have you on my list because I usually go.
True dat, he says. Yes.
Because I usually go from there to Conan and bring up Protonic Reversal,
yes.
You've had a big run this cup the past couple of weeks. And into the future.
So Jerry Casale of Devo was on Thursday. It was a great time. He has a new EP. And anybody who's remotely a fan of the man and the band should definitely check that out. There's stuff that we haven't gotten into in any of the rest of his appearances, which is impressive because he's been on a bunch. Additionally, coming on this show end of the month.
Yeah.
For Don't Look Up. And that should be great.
And I get to tell him about how I got banned from Twitter
for posting Mongoloid. Currently a Patreon only episode, but Mike Watt, the legendary Mike Watt of Minutemen, Fire Hose, played in the Stooges, played in Flipper, tells an incredible story about Orson Welles getting chili dogs that you don't want to miss.
Chili dogs.
That's how it started. It was the Paul Masson wine commercial we were talking about, which is pretty hilarious. But yeah, right now that's Patreon only. That's going to be in the general feed a week from yesterday at the time of this, next Monday. But it's really good, especially
Sign up for Conan's Patreon. It's only $1. You get access to that great episode. And it's, I can't wait to hear it.
Yep, and it's always $1. Like it's the Bernie Sanders model. So
$1 gets you all the extra features.
Yes.
Yeah, and
it's
please
just the
go
one.
to-
You get it early. That's
Bandcamp. What is it? Neutronfriends.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
Almost screwed that up, but
You did. You
there we
almost
go. You got you can get Dangerous Nomenclature and other older music.
Yeah, even stuff that's not even really that old, like Action Chief, which is really only August, which is not that far ago. But in the world of like music releases, 100,000 years ago. But yeah, I only got the CDs in front of me. But that's Hard to Murder. Whatever. Anyway, like that's new. A lot of people who watch this show are like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get around to that. Okay, it's been a couple years. Why don't you get around to it now?
Yeah.
Do it now.
At least
now.
listen to
do
it.
it now.
I mean,
if you're on a computer anyway, do it now. Right now.
Do it now.
It's the holidays.
Do it.
Get it for a
It makes a great
gift.
gift.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, not even for yourself. Get it
What
for
are you
somebody
waiting
else.
for? What are you waiting for?
And your next December 30th in Chicago for people want to see Conan live.
That's the only thing on the books right now. There's a bunch of stuff coming for spring. I think I'll be talking about that later this month, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, for sure, Chicago folks, a bunch of people, which is crazy. The Chicago show was like packed, but a bunch of people like missed that it was happening somehow because I guess they tune out during the
mention
plugs.
enough.
Yeah, I guess. And they're like, oh, when are you playing Chicago? I'm like, bro, we just freaking played Chicago a couple months ago. Ravana was there. What's your problem? But
we just talked about it on. I did her podcast, and we were which is gonna. I mean, I don't know when it's gonna drop. It's like their bonus episode when they get lazy and just want to throw something out.
Her radio partner was there too, and that was awesome. And like, but yeah. So sorry, that's at Reggie's. That's the only show on the books currently, but we have a bunch of for 2023. A bunch of people been asking when you come into blah blah blah, and some of that I'll be able to answer soon. So. But follow the band on songkick.com because it's better than like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or any of these social media outlets because you can tailor it to give you a notification for bands you want to see. Not just my band, any band. It's a great resource. I am not getting paid to endorse them, but it's literally about the only way you'll find out we're playing.
Songkick, please sponsor us.
Yes, exactly. Songkick, Letterboxd. Let's fucking go, man. We're ready to sell it at a moment's notice. Giving it away for free.
So I know Christina's going to probably be talking a lot more about the election today on her Twitch channel.
Yes, and also to Hassan and Avi refugees come into my stream. Just kidding.
But she's actually serious, and go do that.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how many.
Anyways.
I don't know how many Hasanabi refugees we have on this listening to this show.
The chili dog.
Chili dog.
I don't want to spoil the bit, but he's talking about he's like goes to he's like wants him to say hi to him. He's like, shake your hand, but they're otherwise occupied, or something along those lines. And he's got two gigantic chili dogs in either hand.
Yeah, they're only chili if they're from the chili region of France, though.
Exactly.
If they're from California, there's
it's just sparkly. It's sparkling in case meat. Yeah.
Sorry, Christina. You're going to talk about the Hasanabi,
and chili dogs and all their glory. What else? What else?
Make me a little cranberry sunrise to celebrate Warnock winning. So.
Yeah. Gonna post some of these AI pics.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna share them on stream too. One of them's my profile picture on Twitch, and it's the one where my tits look great.
So if that's your thing, go follow Christina on Twitch.
I call it one.
What a show this is! Amazing.
I call this one. You're like AI. Oh,
hey.
Get
us out of here.
I forgot what I was doing.
I just want to throw in there that I got a couple more days left. You can still buy the Darude issue 2. They did a cover for it.
An AI? An AI. Yeah.
No, a cover.
Now I'm AI generated Flacco parody. That's my Twitter name, so that people don't think it's me. I'm the AI.
Excellent. But yeah,
as in AI as in, hey, I just got banned again.
But as I was saying, go to Kickstarter.com and find Daruti, Shadow of the People, issue 2. You can still get issue 1 there as well. I did a cover for that, but I noticed very specifically that on the buying issue 1, my cover wasn't available. So this must have sold out.
Is it a variant?
Yeah, I did a variant for issue 1 as well.
Cool. He replaced you with AI art.
Ooh, too soon.
And I got a variant for issue 2. So please, check that out. You can order that variant now on Kickstarter. And like I said, stay tuned for Ben Burgess' show. We're taking the month off, but I am doing a extra special art and socialism episode. So looking at the work of Leonard Best. Oh man, my brain just collapsed. I almost said Bearskin. It's Beskin.
Carol Baskin.
Leonard Beskar Steele. Yes.
But yeah, he's a
Mandalorian's
sculptor,
armor.
illustrator. He drew basically like weird looking naked guys disintegrating. It's
sounds like Quiet Earth.
Yeah, pretty much. It very much is. Like if you like Quiet Earth, you will love Leonard Beskin stuff. He did a lot of stuff for he hung out with
guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say James Baldwin, but yes, guys and people too. But yeah, no, he hung out with James Baldwin and Maya Angelou.
Guys, people.
He did a lot of work for Native American rights, labor rights. It's a fascinating guy.
All the rights. He's got them all. What do you want? He's got them.
Marriage rights.
Fine for him.
All right. Well, let's do some final thoughts here.
So you're not even going to let him get out of it? That's
amazing. We're getting close to the 2 hours.
It's enough. It's fine.
Yeah.
Was there anything else, Andy? Was there?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. So go to wherever it was to go get whatever that was.
Yeah. No, just stay tuned on Ben Burgess' channel. That's
go to the
Turn this off.
Generator.
Go watch Ben Burgess and go click on something.
Don't turn this off.
No, don't turn it off. I haven't even made it yet. I'm still putting everything together.
That show's not even good anymore without me on it. No, I'm just kidding. But
coming up next week, Ben Burgess.
Better because it's got more me.
Oh. Wow.
Well then, okay.
I'm not even wearing a tie.
But I like that you went to straighten it. When you not only don't have a tie, you got like a scoop shirt. What do they call it? It's like you not only have an absence of a tie, you got an absence of an area that the tie goes on front.
I know.
It's
like, are you trying to adjust your tattoo?
I have a ghost tie. The lime has destroyed my brain, so I need to hurry this up. Christina, let's hear the Raphael Warlock update and some final thoughts.
He won. Woohoo!
Yeah.
The New York Times basically said that there's like a 95% chance he will win. So Wasserman's gonna be like, I've seen enough. So yeah. Also, too, this film was pretty fantastic. I love that Conan recommended it. And it's probably going to be one of my top, I have my favorite apocalyptic films, but this probably will be added into my list.
Nice.
How many fucking effects do you give it? Or how many, falling suns or rising Saturns do you give it?
Rising Saturns, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Nice.
Andy, let's hear those final thoughts.
I swear I have not seen this movie since I was like 10.
So you watched it when you were super young too. That's interesting.
Yeah,
because I watched it, but I only saw the very end. I'm like, so did they show it on TV or something? How do we see this?
It might have been on like PBS. And my dad would have totally watched it.
Do you think he was hanging dong if it was on PBS? Because that could go either way.
Maybe.
I mean, look, Charlie Rose is the last guy left on the.
But yeah, no, PBS really did show some strange stuff. I remember watching Monty Python's Holy Grail on PBS. So,
all right,
as a small child,
right. So
which I was very mad at when I was 4. But anyways, yeah,
sure.
No, and
the pubic
it's great because
broadcasting
I remember scenes of it. I remember when it was in that in the lab, the way that was lit reminded me very much of one of our local malls in Georgia. It's a weird thing, but like I just remember like I'd forgotten about that, and I saw that scene and immediately just flashed back to go into the mall and thinking like, hey, that's like in the Quiet Earth, and those was like part of my apocalypse dream before I saw Dawn of the Dead, by the way, was to hang out at the mall for the because it was just going to be like Quiet Earth. I was going to blow it up.
I like the idea that the library is like Quiet Earth. It's like, shh. It's like, wow, that's just like that movie, Quiet Earth.
Kids are telling me to be quiet.
What is this, Quiet Earth over here?
What kind of Quiet Earth you running over? Oh, ooh, look at me there. I look like I should be in Dune. That's awesome. Like if I just have blue eyes instead of. Yeah, actually, my eyes are bluer than the eyes. This like green.
Yeah,
eyes.
they made my eyes pretty green in a lot of them, and I was like, I'm mad about that.
They made my eyes blue. I do not have blue eyes. I have like hazel eyes, and
I have very blue eyes. But the only thing but it's funny because it's like an alt universe Conan, right? Like this is from a different universe where I got green eyes like my mom. Whoa, and I'm in Dune apparently, or like Freemasons or something. It's like a robe happening.
This looks like the new Christopher Walken Dune poster where it's like that's gonna take me the fuck out of it. By the way,
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, it's like the spice.
I'm from
must
Space.
flow.
We're here
spice.
on Arrakis. Arrakis.
The spice, must flow.
I think green-eyed Conan Neutron can, he's doing all right. Yeah.
I dated a girl with blue eyes, and when she got turned on, her eyes would turn green. So I was just wondering if it was something like that.
Mood ring. Let's hear those final thoughts. We need to vibrate.
We gotta get the fuck out of this bit. Yeah, end the show. Look, this is a very cool, stylish, thoughtful post-apocalyptic movie. Similar terrain is covered more recently in things like the TV show Last Man on Earth with Omega Man, all the I Am Legend family as well. This movie does a great job of showing the crushing loneliness that would ensue in such a fantastical situation. And I too, along with Neil deGrasse Tyson, think that it's cool that the main character is a scientist and knowledgeable about physics, but doesn't have some dumb scene where he's announcing it and announcing the reasons.
And I would give Neil deGrasse Tyson the advice: be like that scientist.
be more like that dude.
Yeah.
I love that this movie, like a lot of the movies that we end up covering from New Zealand, weirdly, was not done on a huge budget, but it's inventive and interesting how and when they decide to deploy it. And
It also feels like we're filling in gaps, right? Like this is the first version of that.
Well, and that's what I was going to get to, is that within the pantheon of apocalypse movies, like this is also very, very much of a certain type of movie that does a lot with a little, and shows you, again, with the apocalypse isn't all explosions and meteors, right? Like it's also about what is it like, what are the human feelings you feel when literally everything around you has changed and everything is different, and like, oh my God, I'm like the only one that's left, or something along those lines, right? It's atmospheric, it's a vibe movie, it's a bit offbeat, and one hell of an ending, like maybe one of my favorite endings of all time of any movie, frankly, because it's as Christina so eloquently put, like it just sort of leaves you to figure it out. I love it.
All right. My final thoughts. Do you guys hear that? Do you guys hear that? That's a Quiet Earth.